What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Chuck. I'm coming at you guys today with a shoulder workout that I did last week. Um, this is a very interesting shoulder workout. A lot of people don't train shoulders individually. This is just a new training split that I'm implementing at the moment. So, doing a voiceover to explain the intent and philosophy behind it. Just starting off with the warm up. Anytime I do anything push like chest or shoulders or even triceps, if it's combined with one of the other muscles, I always warm up my shoulders. So just getting the rotator cuffs warmed up. To get some more specific explanation on these, I'm going to link a video from Dr. Aaron Horschig from Squat University. I learned a lot of like my mobility and warm up stuff from him, so he'll be able to explain further what it does. But overall, I was just warming up my rotator cuffs and my shoulders. So just starting off, we're doing some heavy presses, just warming up with seated dumbbell shoulder press. Typically for each muscle group, I'm aiming for anywhere between 6 to 10 sets. Now, it's going to vary based off of how big the muscle is and just how I like to train. Honestly, I'm not looking to go to perfection, but I like to stay in the healthy scientific range. And science says 6 to 10 sets per muscle group, typically in the RPE or the 8 out of 10 difficulty scaling all the way to failure. So usually when you see me lifting, if I'm not going to failure, it's a weight that when I finish the set, I probably had 2 reps left in the tank. Sometimes especially when trying new exercises, I fail to reach that close to failure mark because it's a new exercise. I don't know which weight I can do. But just moving on now, this is some standing Arnold press. Now, for me, I tend to naturally go to a seated shoulder press. However, I'm looking to develop my core strength and stability, so I need to be able to do some standing as well. And something like Arnold press is good to work your core to keep you upright and in a proper position because training, especially shoulders, I've noticed like doing barbell overhead press standing, I tend to lean my upper back really far back and it creates a lot of pressure on my erectors. So implementing that just for that sole purpose of training my shoulders while also implementing that core stability. So I think we did 4 sets of the seated and then we did 3 sets of the Arnold. So for the front delts, that's about 7 sets right there. And this was the only time I had trained shoulders last week. Moving on to this third exercise, we got some shrugs looking to target our traps. So I'm going as heavy as I can with this, but I'm not just trying to throw weight around. I am trying to hold the rep for at least a second to a second and a half and bring it slow and controlled down because your muscles grow through not only contraction but also stretching. So that's going through my mind during my workouts as well. All right, moving on next, we got a superset. So we got some lateral raises, which I will be supersetting with some rear delt flies standing. Watching the video footage back, I definitely think in the moment, like in retrospect, I could have probably went a little bit lighter. So that way I can control the weight. I think I'm moving the weight good here, but ideally just for optimal shoulder growth, I would want to keep the weights more at my sides and be able to raise my arms a little bit higher. So still definitely some quality reps and I had a great shoulder pump, but that's just looking back and even looking forward as to how I can improve my training. So the rear delt flies here, great for building up those rear delts. I prefer to do these sitting honestly, so I don't get any leg movement and all it is just rear delt activation. But it was just a part of the superset and it still was a quality set. So I think I did 4 sets of that as well. Moving on to the last exercise we got here are some upright rows. So this is going to go back to targeting my traps. And I believe this actually incorporates side delts a little bit as well. So rear delts got 4 sets. Side delts end up with 7 sets. And then not shrugs. Traps end up with 6 sets. So for most of those muscle groups, I'm in the 6 to 10 set range. And that's pretty much all I did for last week when it came to shoulders. I did have a chest day where I did some incline movement, targeting my shoulders a little bit, but not direct stimulus. So it was an awesome workout. And then I come home and have a nice smoothie bowl and PB and J with some electrolytes for post workout. Hope you guys enjoy it.